Hello everyone. Today on this lecture we discuss another important topic in research, that is hypothesis. So hypothesis is in predictions. Suppose we predict something. Today will be rain, or it will be happen. So your prediction is always not true. Okay. So after some testing, then it will be confirmed it is true. Okay, so that is called prediction, or you say other word, that is called the educated guess of something. Okay, so in research, the researcher have to follow some various the sequential step to draw a conclusion. Okay, so first step in the planning phase, we see the first is formulate. The researcher have to formulate the problem statement, then review, have the knowledge on the review of literature, then we discuss the variables. The researcher find the what is the measurable characteristics or the properties that will you find in the topic, or the on the object on which the investigation is gone. And after the variables, the researcher have an observations. He will see what is happening. If one variable, how the variables will be relate to each other, or there is a relationship between the variable, and that observation in the form of statement is called hypothesis. Okay, so the problem statement, the researcher first find out the problem statement, that is the initial or the fundamental step. Next, review of literature, so that any other to avoid the duplication of the same topic, same research, that will be avoid. Next one, variable they will find. The researcher find out what the measurable characteristics, that will be characteristics or the properties of the object, those on which the researcher are going to investigate. And after observing the variables, then he formulate a hypothesis. Okay, so he will give pressure to our brain, so he will think something, or he will be predict something. So that is called the educated guess something. So this is always not true. After testing, then we call it is true. Okay, so after testing, some of the test investigations are be carried out. After that, then we will say that this prediction is true. Okay, so if we go to the definition, it is a tentative statement about relationship between two or more variables. So last time we discussed the variables: independent variable, dependent variable, and other variables. So the tentative statement, here the expected prediction, the researcher from the variable, by observing the variable, the researchers find out the predictions. Okay, and this prediction is termed as tentative statement, and that will be written in a declarative form, that is called statement, and that is called hypothesis. Okay, so take an example, then it will be easily understood. First one, suppose we are take as the problem statement. If the result will be come out, then go for from the personal experience, or from the present situations. You will take a problem statement. Those students who have prepared for throughout the year, they have got this good score, or their score result is good or not. You will take this as a problem statement. So to assess the performance of the students who study more throughout the year. Now this is the current situations, or from we are taking from the current phenomena this topic for as a problem statement. Then you find out then what is the variables inside this problem statement. So first one, the study more, those who have study more, and they will be score good result. Okay, so the study more, that is independent variable. Okay, and the result they scored, that is dependent variable, because the independent variable that can be manipulated. You can manipulate the independent variable, and what change or what effect observe or measure, that is in the dependent variable. Okay, so the researcher had to observe, measure the dependent variable and manipulate the independent variable. So what the researcher thinks prediction will be takes in the formula of if, then, because. Because it's if the student study more, throughout the year, then they will score good marks. Okay, so if then is there, because those students who have prepared more study hour, they have throughout the year they have studied more hour in the for the exam, they will score good result. Okay, so the study hour is the independent variable and the results is the dependent variable. So this is the prediction, that is a guess. Okay, that is a educated guess the researcher in doing in his mind. But how it's formulated, it will be written in a declarative form. So how it he will write these things into words. So the student who study more, they will perform better result. That is hypothesis. It is in the declarative forms. You are in the declarative forms. Okay, but inside the researcher mind, he will think if and then formula. He will put the if and then formula. But when it's in the problem statement or the researchers say, then he will write in the problem statement, that is called hypothesis, that is in the declarative form. So it is written the students who study more, they will perform better result. Here we are writing we are not confirmed, it is need to be testing. Okay, because your predictions, here the prediction is always not true, it is not in fact, it is an educated guess, it is not always true. Okay, so those who are preparing throughout the year, they will get good score. Maybe not it may not be happen. So it is in fact, it is not in fact, it is an educated guess. And after few of testing, if we will take and we will take the students and study about them, then we will investigated on them, or will we go for the experiment on them, then finally we tell that, then we come to the conclusion, yes, students who study more, they will perform, they have got the result. So that is hypothesis. What the researchers is thinking, that is it will be right in a statement form. So it is a clear, the statement is in a limited words, it's describing all things. It is a clear, concise and empirical tested statement. Clear means it is understood by easily understood. Next, second one, the concise. Concise means lot of information is there in a few of words. Okay, no need there to write a long type of declarative form. In a concise form, in a small within 2-3 lines, it will be explain the total hypothesis, total predictions. So this is a concise form. Concise means lots of information, but expressed in few form. And empirically tested. Empirical tested means it will be investigated or experiment is done. After that, we call this is a tested hypothesis. Okay, so if you see the what are the components of this hypothesis? The first one is that is called independent variable. Here in the example, the independent variable, the study hours. Then the dependent variable, the result or the marks they scored, and relationship between them. They have a relationship. The independent variable have the relationship with dependent variable, and the sample and the population being studied. So we are not we are not going to study about the whole students. Near about more students have appeared the CBSE exam. So we are not getting the result of the all the students. You take some populations, and from the population you take some sample subset of that population, and you are going to test on them or study on them. That is these are the components of what? The hypothesis. And how this hypothesis helps the researcher, that is the important point. So it will be help the researchers to making observations. Yes, it is the initial point of investigations. On which basis they go for the investigation. So that is the initial point of investigations, and verifying the observation by investigation. Don't be biased what the researcher is predicting. So you must have to go for the investigation and experiment on them. After that, if it is exists, the prediction is existed, then you call that is tested hypothesis. So this is all about hypothesis, and hypothesis is done before the data collections, because on which point, how you collect the data, So that will be depend upon the hypothesis, which variable will we take, then take them, and how we will relate one variable to the other variable. So that will be all defined, that will be all written in the hypothesis form, that is called formulation of hypothesis. So I hope you understand the research, the hypothesis. Thank you for watching. Please keep on subscribing.